Hi, I wanted everybody to see the chicken picture before I brought us in. But welcome to Indie Mayhem, the game show where indie authors are the contestants. I'm Ron Lahr, one of your hosts, and tonight
I'm RJ Burchett. I am back
in
the hosting chair, or in this case, wobbly stool.
Our beloved traveling host has returned to us. Welcome back, RJ.
Thank you, Ron. It's good to be back.
Now, before we bring in our contestants, I just want to welcome everybody and tell you all about my hat. This hat honors the two professional sports teams that I follow, all in a single hat. It is a Seattle Mariners hat, but it's also a Gonzaga hat. It was Gonzaga Day at what was Safeco Park or Safeco Field. And if it weren't so well worn, you'd be able to tell that it's in the Gonzaga colors, not the Seattle Mariners colors. So it's just an amazing hat. I mean,
once in a lifetime hat opportunity, Ron.
The only two sports teams I follow, and I have one hat for both of them. I mean, talk about lazy. It's awesome. But RJ?
RJ, well, I'll tell you about this hat. This is a hat that is in my house, and I don't know how it came to be in my house, but I've raised 3 children, and articles of clothing just show up. And then sometimes I wear them. And sometimes one of their friends will be by and like, that's my shirt. Like, was your shirt.
So I have some German shoes, so that is a terrifying story.
It's
terrifying.
Yeah.
I won't be able to sleep tonight. All right.
Good. That was the point.
I'm gonna bring in tonight's contestants one at a time and have them tell us a little bit about themselves, like what they write, and maybe a little bit about your hat or lack thereof, if you don't have a hat. But we'll start with Lily. Hello.
Hi. Thanks for having me once again on one of your shows. I'm Lily Lucchesi. I am the USA Today bestselling author of the paranormal detective series, the Coven series, and contemporary romance under the name Samantha Calcott. And I also run Partners in Crime Book Services, where I provide editing, cover design, and marketing for indie authors. And my hat is a bucket hat that I bought for Lollapalooza last year in Dynamite for the band BTS.
I prefer to think it's Dynamite from that show.
The 70s.
Yeah, in the 70s when I was a kid, where J.J. Walker would say Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yes. So if it were up to me, I'd probably give you a point if it really was from that show. Yeah. But, all right. Now, Megan. Megan, welcome.
Hello. My name is Megan Morgan. I am the author of the sci-fi fantasy series, the Sentinel series. 2 of the books are out. One is the Altered Wake, and the other is the Altered Rise. And the third one is getting typed up actively, like right now when I'm not doing this. And my hat is actually a hat that like my mom made for my son. And I stole it because my children have stolen all of my hats. So I stole one of theirs back.
God, I hate kids so much.
It's only proper.
Listen.
You know, the thievery is a small thing, really.
Compared to their other vices?
Yes.
Not in my house. AA, welcome.
Hello, I'm Amanda Warren. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I'm a speculative fiction writer, and I write under AA Warren. So I've got The Fantasy Christmas, The Reluctant Wizard. I also publish anthologies. So today, my hat, I went and stole it from my children. So I've got a Woody hat.
All right. Well, welcome all of you. I like this. Yeah. Then, I mean, I know the fans want to see more of us than the contestants. Anyway, Robin is in charge of the points.
Yes.
Do you want to give anybody a point for their hat or introduction? Just do you like them?
I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna resist so far. I used to be very exuberant with points, but
he used to be real giving.
Before
the change when he went on his vacation.
I was in Europe and I learned they get by with a lot less over there. They don't have clothes dryers. All the towels are kind of lumpy. So I'm going to go with that's the attitude I'm taking forward now.
We'll have to step up our game, it sounds like.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to look at some comments before we get started. There's this thing. If you're on Facebook and you know how to do this, you can send a star to let the hosts and producers know how much you appreciate what you do or what we do here at Go Indie Now. And every time you do that, you get entered into our season prize package drawing with gift cards, swag, and more. Yeah. Anita's here. Hello, Anita.
Hi, Anita.
Tiffany's here. Awesome.
Also, hello.
Boy, that is a great way to put it. That should be one of my sayings. I need Tiffany to write my
It's
band.
horrible considering you race them.
Well, they would be like the wild rogue feral chickens, the gangs of them that you hear about all the time.
Yeah.
Nikki, hello. See, exactly. She gets it. Nikki gets it. Well, yeah, yes, definitely all the people say the same thing. I believe the
My mom was 56 and she liked them before me.
Oh, well, she was cool, and we don't do that.
True, you guys are cool. That's true.
Now we just have a name for it. Yeah. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Now, before I forget, because I usually forget, please like this show and subscribe to the Go Indie Now network if you have not already done so. Now that business is taken care of, we can move on to our first segment, which, as always, okay, so creator trivia usually has something to do with writing or creating in some way. You want to start us off?
It's sort of a creativity, sort of a question. What is a dream your younger self had that never came true, and you're really glad it didn't?
Ooh, Lily. Yeah, Lily, please answer.
The dreams when I was very little was I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to go into outer space. And I'm glad it didn't come true because I am not good at math.
You would have made Apollo 13 into like a horror story.
Yes.
You can't solve the equations.
I lived in the one who found the killer alien in outer space.
This is open to all of you. I'll give Lily a point for that. And Megan or AA? Yes, sure. Megan?
Okay, so one of the things that I really wanted to be when I was a kid was I wanted to be a veterinarian. Even though I still think that would have been cool, I actually also think that it probably would have been more tedious than I really like. And so it's probably a good thing that I did not become a veterinarian.
It'd be sad. I mean, you like put animals to sleep.
Not all day.
Not all day, like most of the day. Way I do.
All right, I'll give you a point for that one.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
Amanda.
Yeah, so I wanted to be an artist and I became a writer. So I don't feel like I swung too far away. But yeah.
No point. It sounded great.
The dream.
Still no point. I will share something about my family. My oldest daughter, when she was a little kid, my parents were volunteer fire people, and they lived not far from their fire station. So they'd get to take the kids over for rides on fire trucks and stuff. And my oldest daughter, who is not the smartest person, she was like, when I grow up, I want to be a fire station. But then she would not eat because you would have to eat just a shitload to be a fire station, or none of the vehicles are huge. Anyway, are you done with the points for that?
I'm done, and yeah.
All right, this is a question for each of you. You'll each get a chance to answer. I'm working on a cookbook that focuses on creating recipes when I grow way too much of certain things in my garden to use up what would otherwise be excess fruit and vegetables. What should I use as the title for this, what I'm sure will be amazing cookbook? Megan.
I can tell you that it's going to be a bad answer because I'm really bad at coming up with titles for things. But my answer was Zucchini Provides.
That's not bad. I like it more than I thought I was with your disclaimer.
Yeah.
We're
Selling yourself
bar
short.
low. No, to make Lily, I saw you raise your book.
In case anyone has any doubt of the type of things I write, the first thing I thought of was Before I Rot.
I love it. That's so good.
Amanda, you have anything?
Yeah, I had what the fuck do I do with all these veg?
I guess Megan was right. The other two get a point, but not Megan.
Okay.
She,
It's acceptable.
I thought it was a good answer until the other two went.
All right. Wow.
So,
Sorry,
Wait, my
Megan.
point is removed because the other.
Yeah.
you can't give her a point until I say
It's high.
You
It's
How
said
dare
you
you.
liked it. You said you liked it, and
I was
thought,
being polite.
oh
Oh my God.
Yeah, I should have remembered that.
Yeah, you forget how polite I am. It's easy to forget.
So there's a video. With pizza is the label.
All right, here it
And-
comes.
Yes, play that. And the question is, so my son found that image, that package in a German supermarket, and I wonder, what does America need to do to improve our image abroad? What can we do to move beyond fat and loud?
Megan.
I mean, I think that we probably need to just tone it all back a little bit. You know what I mean? When we enter other people's spaces, I think that sometimes that's where the whole, Americans are annoying thing can come from, is we have a tendency to feel like we just kind of own everything and we're loud and obnoxious. So maybe just bring it all down and we can celebrate some of the things that we're good at besides being loud.
All right. It's worth a try. We'll
Thank you.
we'll suggest it. Anybody else have anything?
It might get taken away in a moment. Who knows?
Yes, Lily?
Could be. Going just by food, we need to change our media play. All of our classic films, it's soft serve ice cream, hamburgers, hot dogs, popcorn. So of course that's what we're being shown as towards the rest of the world. We did it to ourselves, so we need to change our media image.
We need to have more broccoli and more veg.
Some tofu, something.
If Anita really does this and puts bands of rogue feral chickens into one of her stories, I want a credit. I want to with Ron. Buy Anita with Ron.
Right. Or he could be killed by the chickens.
I would take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for this question, I don't think I'm allowed to answer it. I'm not American.
Go for it. Do it. Burn
Yeah,
up.
well, I was gonna say, the rest of the world, we eat loads of vegetables. Maybe intermittent fasting. We don't always have to eat.
All right, take away a point from her. That was so mean to America.
I told you I wasn't
She's
qualified.
only got the one. You want to take her down to nothing?
I don't. I was kidding. Please. I know it's up to you.
Nikki, that's
I'm
so
so excited
sad.
by all the contents.
I did not know that.
Yeah, good thing you did it. Did it by not doing it, I think. Oh my God. As if she could be more terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it. You see, that is really good. I need to write this stuff down since my memory sucks so bad.
Chat section's going off.
Sorry, I'm
She's
I'm,
eating her bucket list before her
by
thoughts.
the comments. Look, a comment. Oh, well, that is really harsh. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole world, not just America.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, nice. That does sound fun. All right, I'm sorry. Back to business.
You're up.
This is also for everyone. Would you rather use "I tried hard but ultimately failed," or "I didn't put as much effort into it as I could have, and the results reflect that," as the title of your autobiography? I tried hard, but ultimately failed, or I didn't try very hard, and you could tell.
Yes, Megan.
I mean, I tried hard, but ultimately fail 100 times. Like, yes, absolutely, always, because it's always better to like put yourself out there and to like somehow not make it. At least you learn something from that, right? Whereas like if you don't try, then it's just a bummer.
All right, Lily, what do you think?
Yeah, I was raised, you always have to give 100% of yourself. So I tried hard, but ultimately I failed. I'm happy with failure, knowing that I did my best. And this is something I even tell my clients, if you put something out there that you only gave even 90% instead of 100, people are going to tell, and it's going to suck. I'd rather have nothing than something that sucks.
Amanda, what do you got?
Yeah, failing is just practicing for winning. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give any points. Those were all very earnest, and it was upsetting. I didn't like it. I regret that question.
Oh, okay. So you want us to lie?
No. I mean, you
He
can
wants us to be more flippant.
disappointing. No, I'm just kidding. That was my fault for writing that question. What people thought, that was
You have
just
a bunch of creative something that didn't give our all.
You guys gave great answers. I mean, as much as the question allowed.
Yeah,
it was just dumb. It was so dumb.
We'll see if we get something better out of this.
I don't know who's getting like raked across the coals now, us or you. Like, are you doing it to yourself? I don't know. But it's cool. I'm here for it. It's all good.
Thank you.
Good. Well, with that attitude, if you could add one new commandment to the 10 commandments, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Buy my book.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Good one.
Buy my book.
Yeah, I like that. You would abuse the hell out of that.
You would
wouldn't
sell
you?
it.
You'd be like,
Did you get a real point? Because look at how that turned out.
yeah, no, it's a little skinny looking.
It's a bit faded. I like big, thick lines, please.
Yeah, you'd have like 17,000 very thin.
Yeah.
All right. When you write something, are you letting other people answer? I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, it's totally fine if you're ready.
I want everybody's commandment.
Oh, okay. So like my personal, like I think that we just need to add, just don't be an asshole, right? Like I think that needs to go in there because somehow like the 10 commandments seem not to have covered this.
Yeah.
People are excessively assholes. So
that would simplify a lot. That was yes. All right. Lily, you got anything for us?
I'm going to go for one that's writer specific because Megan took mine.
No.
Thou shalt not leave 1-star reviews with no text review. That is the new commandment.
I like it.
All right. When you write something crappy, why do you do that?
Is that a real question?
Maybe. Oh yeah. No.
When I write something crappy, it's because first drafts are always crappy, and it's just an opportunity to make it better later.
Anybody else?
Everyone.
I will sometimes deliberately write something crappy just to get the crappy out of my system so that when I actually work on my project, it's not crappy.
Yeah.
I have a ton of half-finished, deliberately crappy things.
Lily, I call on you. Just kidding. Amanda, what do you got?
Yeah, usually I write something crappy because I'm in a crappy mood. So I will put a character into a crappy situation and just kind of give it all that feeling. So.
All right, I'm only going to give 1 point. Who do you think I should give it to?
I kind of like the Amanda's. You're in a bad mood. You make the character suffer.
Right. I like them all,
Yeah.
but Robin just gave everybody a point for his, and then nobody's going to win, and you'll be like a tie. So I'm. It's tough love, I guess.
All right. Assuming that your art makes you famous for centuries, you'd better have some really great last words picked out. If you're fortunate enough, or possibly unfortunate enough, to choose your words, what will they be?
Lily.
I hope the devil's ready for me.
I like it.
And was it Amanda that was next?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the last of me.
Oh, I like
Terrifying.
that. Like that.
I'm a nerd, and so my answer is anything I say now would fail to summarize a lifetime of knowledge. So go read one of my books, dummy.
Oh.
She's really
Probably wouldn't make it into the
Marketing.
quote books.
long,
Yeah.
gigantic
Yeah.
tombstone.
It's
I'll
long.
I'll give Lily an AA one for that.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. What was your worst interaction with a fan? And if you don't have any fans, just sigh and cover your face with your hands. Oh, Megan kind of covered her face. I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
yeah.
Yes,
So, Lily,
It wasn't a direct interaction, but it was with a consistent reader up until book 4 of my series. And the reaction was to leave a 2-star review and reply, they won't read me anymore because I unrealistically add too many gay people to my stories. That was the only bad reaction I ever had. Interaction.
yeah, you have to give it to them for hanging around that many books.
Right.
You know, like,
but and they're like, I don't have any gay friends.
They
They probably,
until it was
how many could there
confirmed.
possibly be?
yeah, well, I just think that they expected it to change. This first book had
Right.
a lot of gay characters, but I bet they got it out of their system.
Yeah.
And that won't happen again. Oh my God, it happened the second book.
And
Wonder
the
what
third book,
will be
too.
like.
She is really
They-
trying my patience.
Yeah.
The
I-
third
I'm
book, they
making
all started
four
coming
books. That is
around.
it.
And by book 4, they gave up.
All right.
Yeah, a point for that. And then we have secret rules that we haven't been using this season so far, but we decided to again. And one of them is so you can either gain or lose points, and it changes every episode. So one of the things is connection freeze or other video issues. And Lily, you've been kind of freezing. So sadly, you're going to lose a point from the secret rules. Yeah.
That's going to be fun to erase. Oh, I thought you were erasing the line.
Yeah, you took one away.
But what about you guys, though? You've frozen twice as opposed to my feed. What do you do to
Well,
punish yourselves when that happens?
We're at RJ's house, and after the show's over, I'm going to just punch him right in the face.
Yeah.
Probably. All right, go ahead and ask your next question. I'm going to look at the comments.
All right. I'm going to read this, and then you play the video labeled Socks to give them a moment to think about my question. Give us a story arc to account for what you see in this photo. These are all the single, unmatched socks that my family accumulated over a frighteningly short period of time.
I have to say, it looked like some of those would match. Did you guys just not bother to match them?
This was the start of the matching process,
Okay,
where we're like, all right, I got to go through these socks. But they had all been unmatched in at least one load of laundry and gone into the unmatched repository.
I mean, clearly,
Yes.
clearly you have some kind of a time, space anomaly in your dryer, and the socks are going in and they're just hanging out there for a little while, and then they're like coming back. There might be a being on the other side of that time space anomaly that keeps some of the socks. That would be my guess, is they are trying them on, and then when they decide that they don't fit or aren't acceptable, they come back to you.
I like it. I
would check those socks for scales of extra appendages,
Yeah.
Sorry, Lily, there's no more answers for this. Apologize.
No?
I would like to
seriously,
add.
Oh, what? I
don't know
want
this
to hear
one.
Lily's answer. I bet it's amazing.
Save it for after, and we'll talk after the show.
We are running a little long on segment 1.
We are. All right. So with this question, there can be a nearly unlimited number of answers if we go quickly. I want to write a screenplay that's a cheap imitation of Top Gun, Maverick, to cash in on that movie's success. Unfortunately, according to the maxim, write what you know, my story cannot be about military experience. So it will either have to be about gardening, cooking and baking, or raising chickens. Since the most important thing about any work is obviously the title. Sorry, Megan.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me.
What title suggestions do you have for a Top Gun-like movie about one of those three subjects? Lily.
Well, one of the first things I thought of was Chicken Run, but that's already been taken. So the ones I came up with were Top Chick, Fly the Coop, Garden General, Secret Eggs and Greens, The Carrot Crew, and Seeds of Adventure.
I like all those. 6 points for Lily. Megan, what
I
do you got?
personally like Top Chick.
You don't want to hear mine. I'll just take 0 points. It's fine. They're all bad.
I'm going to give 1 point because I think she's right. But I didn't want to hear her. Just her because of her title issues.
All right.
Yeah.
Amanda, what do you got?
I only have one. I had Top Bun baked.
Oh, geez, that's good too.
I'm
I'm gonna have to write
All right.
a top series, top something for everything. All right, thank you for those. Do you have any more? 'Cause that's the last
No,
of mine.
that's the.
All right. So before we move on to the next segment, this is where we get to know the contestants a little bit better via us telling you things about yourselves. These are things that our interns discovered about you.
The research department.
Yeah, and I don't want to know if they're accurate or not. I want us all to just enjoy the mystery. So we'll start with Lily because she's at the top of the pile or column of contestants. Lily's first job was as a circus poop scooper, but not for the animals, for the performers. So just worst circus job ever.
And another interesting fact about Lily, Lily's favorite zoo animal is the marmoset.
Oh, that's a lot less gross than the one I got.
Yeah.
All right, Megan. Now we're going to tell you about you.
Okay, bring it.
All of mine are what people's first job was. Your first job was at Orange Julius corporate headquarters as a taste tester, and you almost died from it, which makes sense. I think. Yep, that checks out.
I mean, it's a lot of sugar. You could go into a diabetic coma. It would be bad.
Yeah, well, who knows what weird flavors they came up with that didn't make it.
And, Megan's dream job is plasma donor.
Oh, that's nice. You get to relax.
Yeah.
Stevie, that's great. That's smart. All right, Amanda. Amanda's first job was at a dog groomer. She was the person that distracted the bad dogs by letting them bite her. Very fulfilling work, I imagine.
Yeah. And that doesn't scare her, but what does secretly scare Amanda the most is zucchini. I'm sorry to have to say that.
There are so
That's
many.
me.
You
Everyone's going to be sending me zucchinis now.
You check the zucchini plant one day, nothing. Next day, size of your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to now comes the mayhem.
I got a bigger one.
Nice. Perfectly executed, everyone.
Well done.
Oh, nice. My hat's one of my gardening hats. So
I wore this hat in London and I felt very at home. Sort of fit in.
would any of you
This
like
is
to tell us
Cookie.
about?
He is a little character from Korea, and he likes to box and eat.
Who doesn't?
Jinx.
Megan, very nice hat.
This is a hat that my grandfather used to wear when, I don't know, he was feeling flirty or something, because it's quite a hat. It's got
That
a
is a cool hat.
feather in it.
Yeah. It does look like a grandfather hat.
Yes, from the days when everybody wore a hat. The days we're trying to bring back, the five of us together right now.
Yeah.
Amanda.
Yeah, well, this is a standardized hat in Australia because we all burn to death. So you don't go anywhere without one of these.
You just
All right.
hand those out like
Everyone's got one.
Does anybody know what this comment is referring to?
Nikki,
The
what
socks.
happened?
The socks.
Oh, the socks.
Yeah,
those too many feet, yes.
yeah, my memory's going. I'm pretty old. Not as old as RJ, but still. It makes sense. If I had just looked at the next comment, maybe it would have opened it up or reminded me.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. Helpful as ever. All right. Go ahead. Start with the now comes the mayhem questions.
What is something crazy that most people believe, but not you?
Nothing. They believe all the crazy things.
Yes.
All right. Oh, Lily, finally.
Lily?
That most people are inherently good.
Oh, that's a great
I don't
answer.
believe it.
I like that. I'll give you a point for that one.
All right. What is the most?
Oh, I want to hear what Megan.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
Oh, mine is like in the same vein as Lily's, and it is that everything is going to be okay.
Good. No rose-colored glasses on these.
I'm
folks.
not the point here. I give her a point for that.
Amanda, do you?
Yeah, no, I believe all the crazy stuff. I'm very proud of it.
All right, good.
Sadly, I don't get to give the points because that's my favorite answer. So.
Yeah.
All right. My question is, what is the most embarrassing thing about you? Megan.
Sometimes I don't think before I open my mouth, and I say really stupid things.
Is that one of them?
That checks out.
Yeah.
Give her a point. Give her a point. I'm sorry. We only get one answer for that one. I'm sorry.
If cats had human hands, what kind of crimes would they commit? Lily?
They would not commit any crimes. They would use those hands to somehow convince humans to commit the crimes for them.
Oh.
Cats are evil. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. All right.
Do you
I
remember
love
the
cats.
Star
They're
Wars prequel, the Phantom Menace? If so, please give us your best impression of annoying character Jar Jar Binks, describing his feelings about Emperor Palpatine. Megan.
Okay. He's a bombad boss guy who do all the thing. He make me do a tricky thing, and now everybody hate Amisa.
That was great. That was perfectly racist.
Yes.
So one thing for Megan. I was afraid. I almost put into the question, make sure it's real racist, but I thought it's kind of understood about Jar Jar Binks. All right, perfect. Thank you, Megan.
And
You're right.
if you've ever shaved someone's head, describe the experience. Yes, Megan?
It's like real weird because the hair actually resists being cut. And so you actually really have to get in there and like plow through the hair. And it's thin hair just gets everywhere and it's little tiny bits of it. It's extraordinarily unpleasant.
Good. I like
Very
it.
believable.
I like it.
Approximately how many books did you read today? Lily.
I can actually answer that. I have read 1.5 books today.
Wow.
That's impressive. Point for Lily.
It's still morning here, so I've still got the rest of the day to go.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't ask for
Excuses.
excuses, Amanda. and just so you understand how math works, 0 is a correct answer. You could have said 0. So
Yeah.
But what writer wants to confess to having not yet read any books during the day?
well, that is an interesting point because I was on a show when I first started being on shows as a writer, and this guy had written a book, and he said, "I've never read a book." And then he was talking how when he had reached out to a famous author, and they had responded back and with encouragement and all this stuff. And they were like, "I don't know how to thank her." And I'm like, "You could read her fucking book." One of them. Never even occurred to him. So, anyway. All right.
If you found out today that you couldn't die, what would you do first? Megan?
I would go to all the protests and I would stand between the protesters and the police officers. And because I can't die, I can be like a human shield, and all the protesters will be safe. And it's awful that that is an answer in this country, but it's pretty legit.
Thanks, Hippie. Anybody else?
You're welcome.
Hang on. Hang on.
Was next. Amanda.
Oh, me? Okay. So I would go swimming, deep diving down into the ocean to find an underwater city. I'm pretty confident there'll be one.
I like that. Less confident that you'll get back to the surface, but
Yeah, no.
You'll just be stuck there.
it's
I
all
already
good.
know what's on the surface. Stay down there.
She does eat all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Lily?
Yes, I do.
Well, I love Megan's answer. Being immortal doesn't mean that you can't still feel pain or get poisoned or anything or be sick. So my first thing I would do is switch up my savings, because if I'm living forever, I don't want to work forever.
It's good.
And it's a hilarious answer. All right. A werewolf, a vampire, and a dragon walk into a bar. What is the bar's name? Ooh, Megan.
Suck and smoke.
All right. Point for that. I only want the other two to answer if you think your answer is better than that. All right. Then do you have any more for this segment?
One more.
Okay.
What is the best advice you've ever been given, and did you take it?
Lily. Is it just me, or does it take Lily forever to get the book every time? But anyway,
they're
Lily.
slippery because they're glossy on top of each other. I've had two pieces of advice that I took that were, and the first one is serious, which is I've said earlier, give 100% of yourself. And the second one is be a lady in public and a whore behind the bedroom door. Those are two pieces of advice I was given when I became an adult.
And that you followed? That was the other part of the question.
Yes.
Advice
Yes.
that you took. Okay. All right.
All right,
Yes.
then.
Well, part of the show is for people to get to know you, as authors, get to know you in a different way from, let's say, interview shows. And I think that's happening.
I think it is.
Yeah. At least
If people
with
know
that.
Samantha
answer.
Calcutt, they know.
All right. We're going to move on to our next segment, which will be called the lightning round. How is the scoreboard looking?
So far, Lily has quite a strong lead based on the 6 answers you allowed for the title question.
You can answer as many as you want. That is very powerful.
That is true.
And Megan didn't answer that at all. That's surprising.
Yeah,
I got a point for not answering.
right.
Yeah, you did get one. That's
Which,
true.
as far as
That made me
earning the
foolish.
amount of effort put in, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, Lily clearly worked at it, and you just posted.
I
That's
had
nice.
some written down, but you didn't want to hear them.
Because you said I don't want to hear them, and I believed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think you're right. You might have lost points
Got points
if you'd
for
have read.
honesty.
So that's smart.
We might have just cut
You
you,
don't
right
get a
off.
point for just
Right.
answering. It's still got to be a good answer. Well, unless I'm tired, then I'm like, whatever. Okay. Right now,
Right.
I feel pretty strong and awake. So, we should do the little segment thing, if I can find it. Did the sound stop? That was disappointing.
Not for them, just for us.
Oh,
Yes.
I love that music, and I didn't get to hear it. It was, you know what? I'm just gonna. That was very rewarding.
It was. They all heard it twice.
Yeah, you guys were super lucky. This is just my cowboy hat, so I don't have anything more to say about it.
Yeah, I may be having seizures soon, so I'm ready.
Anybody else want to share about their hat?
This is a hat that I made
Nice.
from yarn that I bought in Seattle,
Oh, nice. Where do you normally live?
Maryland.
Oh, That's different.
Yeah,
It is.
those are far apart.
They are.
About as far apart as you can get. Anybody else? Lily, did you want to tell us about your hat?
Mine's pretty obvious. BTS, Apple Bankpo. I'm sure someone's watching who at least knows what that means.
Is that either of us?
Probably not.
No.
No. No, it's
We're not
not.
that.
As old people, no. No,
We're not some of the dope old people, which is what they call the older part of the fandom. I'm sorry.
yeah, we're not even that.
Yeah.
We're just old people. Boring old people, maybe. Amanda, what do you wear? I can't tell what.
So mine is Indigenous. It's Indigenous Australian. We're heading in for a vote this year for a voice in Parliament. So yeah, shout out to everyone. Bloody get in and vote.
Good luck.
Love it.
Show got political.
Yeah.
All right.
Canceled.
All right. I'll start this round this
All
time. Now, again, with this question, there could be a nearly unlimited number of answers, and we know that can really impact the score. What are some good cop show titles? It feels like I'm really just picking on Megan with these questions, but I'm not. I'm not. It's just happenstance.
We didn't know about your disability.
Yeah.
Very resilient personality. So go for it.
All right. So what are some good cop show titles? The kinds with two names like Jake and the Fat Man, or Starsky and Hutch, or Cagney and Lacey, but where the names relate to the hobbies of the police officers, where one is a gardener and the other is excellent at crocheting. Megan?
Just get my one done and out of the way and over with. I went with Loop and Vine. It's kind of cute.
Pretty good.
It's
I like
kind of cute.
I'd watch that. Anybody else? Amanda?
Yeah, I got Plow and Thread. Plow and Thread.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. A point for each of those two. And
All right.
Lily, let's hear your 100 that you came up with.
They're not all going to be good.
All right.
Knit and hoe, plant and sew, stitch and rake, needle and shovel, soft and dirty, and my personal favorite, bad seed and the yarn.
All right. I like all but one of those. So 6 more points for
6 more. All right.
Lily. We appreciate the rest of you still staying on the show and
This
toughing it out.
this
at
is
the
why
end.
my classmates hated me and bullied me, because this is what I did in school too.
All right. There's only one answer, and it depends on speed. Who gets it first? Which are better, pots or pans? Megan.
A pot, because it can just be a pan.
Yeah, aren't they the same?
Obviously.
All right.
Doesn't work in reverse. Try to make spaghetti on a skillet.
Yeah. I mean, okay, you can do it, but it's harder.
So if you guys don't mind returning to the game, what is an example of an onomatopoeia that describes your writing style? A one word. Okay, I guess I have a pre-question. Do any of you have a writing style?
Oh, no, I'm speculative. I'm all over the place.
I gave myself a writing
Inconsistent.
Well, I mean,
There are lots of sounds I make while I'm writing. Does that count?
like as an example, like sizzle would be one, you know. You can't use that one now because, you know, I had to give it to you. Lily.
In a way, it could be for both romance and my horror. Splat.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Point for that. That was a great one.
All right.
That was better than I was hoping for. So that was really good.
That stuck
Right.
me for a second.
Yeah.
It's a thinker.
Speaking of thinkers, what's your favorite smell? Megan?
I really like the smell, you know, after rain, which there's a specific word for that. And it is something that starts with an S that's not coming to me right now.
What was the first
Petrichor.
part?
Yes, petrichor. It starts
After
with
rain.
Oh,
I just read a Terry Pratchett book in which that figured prominently. So I'll give you a point for that.
sure. Why not? Why not? Doesn't matter. because Lily's killing it. But it's a nice center. All right, I'm considering a line of Indie Mayhem hats, which seem very appropriate for the show. Which one hat is a must-have for the collection? So was that somebody like opening a pop?
What was that?
I don't know. What was that sound?
That was not here. I don't know what that was.
All right, doesn't matter. I was just
Poltergeist.
yeah. So nobody has an answer?
So what type of hat?
Yeah, what is the one hat that's a must-have for the Go Indie Now hat collection? Megan.
I mean, like, I think a bucket hat, like a nice bucket hat is super in. It's like floppy. It's a good hat.
All right. Yeah. That makes sense to me.
I brought one.
All
right. What is stopping you from being the person you want to be?
Lily was moving, so I was assuming she was getting the book, like getting a grab.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a very good answer. It's not a very good answer, but laziness and procrastination.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think a lot of our viewers can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Pop singer Lorde has an Instagram account exclusively for reviewing onion rings. What odd thing could you set up a social media account to review where you would actually know what you're talking about? Megan.
Hiking trails? I could definitely do reviews of hiking trails.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not super odd.
Okay.
Anybody
got something odder?
I do. I'm about to travel the world, and I was thinking about setting up an Instagram of just trees. Just like all the different trees. Go hug a tree. I'm like legitimately going to do this.
All right.
So do you have an odd thing you could review, Lily?
Come on, we're counting on you.
Cemeteries. I know quite a bit about cemeteries, the different types of graves, what they're made of, how you clean them.
I'm going to
why
give it
they
to
were
Lily.
built, why the ones with iron cages on them.
I would totally follow that.
Yes, definitely. And I can just picture you like just trash talking all these cemeteries. Be like,
look at this crap. They had flowers over here.
Yeah. Tombstones are poorly written.
One more.
What is a secret that you've never told anyone?
This is for everybody.
Just to announce it there.
Yeah.
Megan, thank you.
So I was diagnosed with ADHD as an adult, but one of the weird tics that I used to have as a child associated with this is that I used to chew paper. So I would literally like just sit in class and chew paper. And I don't think anybody noticed, but it was like a hobby of mine.
And you've never told anybody that before?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Yeah. You're welcome. Congratulations. Now you
all right.
I can beat that. I can beat that.
Amanda?
Who cheats on who? And everyone goes silent.
We didn't hear the words.
Oh, who cheats on who?
Oh, who cheats on who? Never. I don't know. I can't give a point unless I know who's cheated on who.
Yeah. Oh, well, you can read my upcoming books. I had to tell someone. Yeah.
Hooray. Indie Mayhem instead of editing shows.
That is true. It is nice to have some exclusives. All right. Who is the best of the currently known United States serial killers? Not the best known, but like of the serial killers who've been discovered thus far, who is the best at serial killing? Megan?
I mean, I think there's no doubt about it that it was Ted Bundy, because he was able to like grab women in like broad daylight and like two from one location on the same day. That's like insane. And yeah, I think that like of all of them, he's by far the creepiest, just because everyone thought he was just a cool, regular dude.
I agree with Megan.
Yeah.
Ted Bundy is a superstar.
Mad props to Ted Bundy.
Serial killing.
Yeah.
All right. Point for that.
In a relatively restricted field. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a good guy. I'm just saying he was great at his job or hobby. I'm not sure what it is.
I don't think he was.
That would be
an
compulsion,
employee.
actually.
He could be the owner operator of that serial killing business.
If you had an hour to spend in zero gravity, what's the weirdest thing you'd like to do?
Megan.
I mean, I would just want to spin for a while, and then when I start to get motion sick, because that's definitely going to happen. Like, I would just love to, like, wouldn't it be nice to just read a book and you don't have to worry about like where you're leaning your like elbow or whatever, or anything going numb? You'll be 100% comfortable. I think that would be pretty fantastic.
Can anyone think of anything stranger than that that they would aspire to with this once in a lifetime opportunity in zero G?
Yeah, just swim that in.
Provided I could go outdoors, I love to go to the top of the John Hancock building and just bounce around up there. I think it would be fun instead of being on the sky deck. But again, that's providing I can go outside in zero gravity without being, sucked into space.
Great. All right. Okay, that's a little weird. I like that.
I still like Megan's answer the best, though. Like, seriously, comfort while you're reading.
All right, we have time for one last question. And it's our guest question. So here we go.
Hello, A.S. Stewart here with a trivia question for Indie Mayhem. Hailing from Canada, I'm part of the international roster of guests that have appeared on Go Indie Now shows. Name 2 other countries that these international guests call home.
I feel like Amanda has a head start.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, would it be
Amanda.
Australia and Canada?
Well, she already gave us Canada, so we're
okay.
halfway there. I'm going to give you a chance. Australia is correct. There has been a guess on there, but do you know? Would you care to guess another country besides
England?
Technically, yes.
I don't know.
He's Irish, but he lives in England.
Ugh, this is tough. No, he's English, but he lives in Ireland.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So I don't know.
Give us an answer.
But the problem is if I play the answer and Amanda's not right, then nobody else can answer because I don't have the answers.
Yeah.
But you already discussed the other answer.
Yeah, and we may know the other answer.
There is another country.
We may not. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. All right. We'll just play the answer.
Forge ahead.
And hope that England's right.
Acceptable answers are Ireland, Greece, Scotland, Australia, England, or Japan.
Oh.
Got it.
Yeah.
Is well represented.
Wait for me. Yeah, they can. Stupid Wales doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
No offense to all the people watching who are from
Wales.
All right, that's it. That was the last question. So, time for the surprise winner. Who is it, RJ?
That would be Lily, the one with all these marks over here on this part. The darker sort of.
Yay! Well done.
Thank you, but next time don't say unlimited.
So, congratulations.
Because I do feel horrible.
And I'm
well earned.
Megan and Amanda, but you're troopers for staying till the end when it was so obvious. What was it going to
Yeah, you left early to get out of the parking lot sooner.
You have real
the
character.
Rush.
That's very impressive. So before we go, I just want to say thank you again to all the contestants. Please buy all of their books, and of course buy all of our books, mine and RJ's too.
Yeah.
We wrote that one together. Yeah.
Where's the camera?
That one.
I can never figure out where left and right are.
And then of course it's always time to go indie now.
It's true.
So I'm going to play the outro if I can remember where it is. There it is. Here we go. Smooth. All right. Because I got so excited about the comments, I totally forgot to end the show. So I'm going to do that now. Bye, everybody.